Hello friends, in today's video we are going to talk about Asian Paint. We are going to talk about its return profile, its business, its financials, and we are also going to discuss about one very important news, which is a very positive news from the investing point of view for all the shareholders. So let's start. Now I'm at the chart pattern, and if I look at 1 year return, it has provided negative minus 16% return. But if I change it to 5 years, you can see it has provided very good return of 150%. And if I change it to maximum, you'll see a beautiful chart pattern going from bottom left to top right. And within this chart pattern, there was COVID also, there was news of Grasim also, everything is there, but you'll still see that the stock price is only going in one direction, which is top. If I talk about the business, we all know that this is the leader in the paint sector. It's the third largest company in Asia, ninth largest in the world, and it has been the market leader in India for more than 50 plus years. And here you can see that it is 3x of the nearest competitor. If I talk about the revenue breakup, then you can see that 83% of the revenue comes from decorative, 2.4 comes from industrial coating, and 11.6 comes from international operations, and the remaining comes from the home improvement business. And here you can see the dominance of Asian Paint. Asian Paint has over 50% market share in the organized domestic paint market, and after that the second largest player, which is after Asian Paint, has a market share of only 16%. So you can see the gap which is there between the second largest and the Asian Paint. And you can see that in the decorative paint segment, the company has a market share of 60%, and decorative paint segment comprises 70-75% of the Indian total paint industry. And in that segment, Asian Paint has even bigger market share, which is 60%. Then it also has a healthy market share in the industrial coating segment. It has a market share of around 20%. And you can see the company has kitchen business as well. And in the kitchen business, the company works by the name of Sleek. And they see a huge potential in this market because the estimated market size of this segment is 15,000 crores. Currently, it is being dominated by unorganized players. And with the introduction of GST, it is becoming more and more hard for the unorganized player who used to evade tax. It is becoming more and more difficult for them to survive, and the business is coming to corporates who are paying their corporate taxes, who are listed companies, who are doing business legitimately. And that is what Asian Paint is trying to do here as well. It is trying to capture the market from the unorganized players. And then Asian Paint has business in bath segment as well, and in the bath segment they work under the brand SS. And in this segment also, company is trying to expand its footprint and try to increase the range of its products. Now here you'll see that in the paint and varnish sector, this is the number one company, and this is currently down by around 16.91%. Now let's look at the yearly numbers for Asian Paint, and let's start from the beginning. So from March 2011 the numbers are there, and let's keep an eye on the sales figure. So sales in March 2011 was 7,400, then it increased to 9,200, then to 10,500, then to 12,200, then 13,600, then 14,200, then 15,000, then 16,800, 19,200. Till now you have noticed that there hasn't been a single year where the sales were down for Asian Paint. The sales have always increased year on year basis. And in March 2020 you'll see it was around 20,000, then in March 2021 21,700, 29,000, and now for the 12th trailing month it is around 3,300. And similarly you'll see for the profit also. So keep an eye on the operating profit area. You'll see that the numbers have increased. There was only one dip which you will see, which is in March 2022, wherein the profit was almost flat. Profit in March 2021 it was 4856, and in March 2022 it was 4800. And the reason for that was OPM, which you can see. The earlier operating margin was 22%, but in 2022 it was 17%. And the reason we all know, it was due to inflation, high input cost, the increase in the crude oil prices. But this company has seen it all. This company has dealt with this problem earlier as well. There has been a lot of time when the prices of oil have increased, and what this company does is this company then passes on the cost to their customer. And this is what it has done this time as well. Since the raw material price increased, it has increased its paint prices, but what will happen is eventually the crude oil prices will cool down, but the prices of the product will still remain same. So this is how they keep on increasing their operating profit margin. So this is just a temporary phase that you're seeing. In the coming few years you will see that Asian Paint going back to its old operating profit margins, and at that time the share may not be available at this price. This is not a buying recommendation at all. I'm just telling you about the details and the numbers and the data. You should do your own research. Once you are convinced, then only take any action. Now I'm at the sales numbers, and you can see in the sales figures also, the sales has been in double digits. Profit growth also has been in double digits, and the stock price CAGR has also been great. In 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, it has compounded money consistently by around 20%. Only in the last 1 year you see a negative return, and the return on equity you will see is about 20%, which is superb. And now I'm at the shareholding pattern. So you'll see that the company's promoter holds around 52.63% shares and FII holds around 18.56. FII earlier held around 20.96% and they have trimmed down their stake a little bit, but DIS have picked up the stake from there and they have increased their stake from 6.84% to 8.74%. And little bit government also has stake in Asian Paint, and the remaining around 20% is with public. Now let's look at the good news. So here is the good news for Asian Paint. You can see that Asian Paint lines up for 2000 crore additional capex for new plant amid competition. So Asian Paint has declared that it is going to do a capex of 2000 crores. And this, you can see, this is on top of the capex that they announced, which was around 6750 crore. This is on top of that. So now the total capex size for FY23 is around 8750. And whenever there is a news of capex in any company, it is always a good sign for an investor, because this means that the company is expecting that the business is going to grow in the future. And whenever the company does the capex, after the capex cycle is over, then you generally see a good rally in the share price, because then their revenue start increasing, and if the revenue will increase, the profit will increase, then the share price also increase. I'm not sure if anyone remembers the capex which Grasim was doing to enter the paint segment. Grasim was doing a capex of around 10,000 crore to enter into the paint business, and Asian Paint, which is already in the business, is already the market leader, is doing a capex of 8,750 to increase its additional capacity to curb the competition. So what are your opinion, guys? Do you think that Grasim is going to impact the Asian Paint business, or Asian Paint business is going to stay like the foot of Angad? It will not budge at all. Do mention in the comment section. In my view, I personally believe that Asian Paint is the Bahubali of the paint segment, but we can only predict and estimate. The real thing we will know when the time comes. Now before closing this video, let's quickly look at the chart and see what are the next support levels. The share is currently trading at 29.80 and it is taking support at this line. You can see a real also it bounced back from this area. So let's see if it falls further or if it bounced back from here. Currently also there is a good discount, 17% discount this company is giving. In case somebody has not invested in this company and wanted to invest and wanted to enter into this stock, this also is a very good level to enter. And in case if it falls further down, then nothing like it, then it will be a good opportunity to do buy on dips as well. So that's it in this video. If you like the video, then do hit the like and subscribe button, or if you have any suggestion, then please feel free to mention it in the comment box. Thank you.